The US president is relentless in his attacks on Harvard University. The latest social media jibe comes in the wake of his threat to strip Harvard of its tax-exempt status on 15th April. Because on Monday, Harvard University rejected what it called unlawful demands to overhaul academic programs or lose federal grants.
First, when it comes to Harvard, as I said, the president has been quite clear they must follow federal law. He also wants to see Harvard apologize, and Harvard should apologize for the egregious anti-Semitism that took place on their college campus against Jewish American students. There were professors who said that he had engaged in discriminatory behavior against Jewish students. Of course, you had the former president of the university saying bullying and harassment depends on the context. You also had an encampment on Harvard Yard that we all saw play out before the cameras. The university failed to impose formal discipline on any students for this anti-Semitic conduct violations, including the occupation of a campus building and the disruption of classes with bullhorns.
Beginning with Columbia University, the Trump administration has rebuked universities across the country over their handling of the pro-Palestinian student protest movement that roiled campuses last year, following the 2023 Hamas-led attack inside Israel and the subsequent Israeli attacks on Gaza. Students across different campuses protested, especially so in the Harvard University. Donald Trump has called the protests anti-American and anti-Semitic. He accused universities of peddling Marxism and radical left ideology. Through his presidential campaign and after assuming office, he promised to end federal grants and contracts to universities that do not agree to his administration's demands. Columbia, a private school in New York City, agreed to negotiations over demands to tighten its protest rules after the Trump administration said it had terminated mainly medical and scientific grants worth $400 million. But Harvard University did not buckle down. In an ex-post on Monday, Harvard University stated the university will not surrender its independence or relinquish its constitutional rights. White House had said that the policy changes were designed to combat anti-Semitism on the campus. Harvard University President Alan Garber, in a letter to Harvard community on Friday, had stated that the sweeping demands violated the university's First Amendment rights, exceeds the statutory limits of the government's authority under Title VI.
Everyone was looking to see who would be the first universities to stand up to the Trump administration, and I'm really, really heartened that it is Harvard, one of the nation's oldest institutions, certainly one of the most well endowed, with a lot of frankly political connections. I mean, this could be a game changer in terms of saving the sector.
Former US President Obama took to social media to applaud his alma mater, Harvard University, for rejecting Trump's demands, and he said this sets an example.
The Harvard University Office of the President is taking a very different stance. They're saying, look, we have taken very, very strong stances and positions to curb what you might perceive as being anti-Semitism on our campus. We do not think that what you're doing is lawful, and we will not allow the federal government to essentially decide what happens on university campuses.
A few of Harvard's peer institutions lent support on Tuesday to the school's stand against the Trump administration, including Princeton and Stanford University.